Hey, it's Cassidy here at the Poets Corner with another author interview. And today I am so excited to be speaking with romance author A.R.Kaufer as we talk all about her upcoming release, book 2 in the Courtship Saga, Courting Destiny. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing so good. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to talk all about your books, about your TikTok, and especially your upcoming release. But first, we're going to start with kind of some get to know you questions. So, where are you from?
I was born and raised in Southern Indiana, which is where
Awesome.
I still live with my husband.
Oh, wonderful. Is it really green over there?
We are in the middle of woods and we even have our own man-made pond, so it's very secluded and very private. Perfect for writing.
Oh my gosh, I was gonna say, I bet you get amazing inspiration with all that beauty out there.
Mhm.
That's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Great. So, what first sparked your love for writing?
I'm not really sure. I thought long and hard over that question, but I've pretty much just, as long as I can remember, I've always just wanted to be a writer.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, when did you start getting into writing your books?
Well, I wrote my first novel when I was 13 going on 14. It was basically a Interview with the Vampire fan fiction before the word fan fiction was even known to me. Um, and I hope that book never sees light of day. But I wrote it and then I started writing a few vampire novels after that and then shifted course over to these fantasy books that I write now.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that. The evolution of your writing. That's amazing. So, when you're not writing, what are you doing?
My husband and I love to play video games together. We love to play the Borderlands games, and he, he doesn't like puzzle games, but he loves the Uncharted. So he'll do the shoot 'em part, and I'll do the puzzle part. So we kind of play that together.
Oh, that's so cute. Teamwork makes
Mhm.
the dream work. I love that. That's amazing. So let's get into it. Tell me a little bit more about your debut YA fantasy novel that you published last year, The Unexpected Queen. What's it about and what inspired you to write it?
The Unexpected Queen is inspired by my love of fairy tales. I grew up with my grandmother taking me to see The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, the Disney movies. But she also introduced me to the original versions, the Grimm versions, etc. So, for my love of fairy tales, I wanted to incorporate those into a story. And The Unexpected Queen has 19-year-old Sarah, who's a servant of the Devane household on a small tropical island, and she works the fruit booth at the market selling their produce. And it's there that she meets Dankin, who is shipwrecked and looking for work, and she takes a chance on him, only to discover there's much more beneath the surface than she initially thought. And as they get to know each other more, her life gets completely turned upside down.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. I love it. Well,
Thank
so
you.
how was it self-publishing for the first time, and what did you learn from that experience?
It was scary, and I did learn a lot. Fun fact, I actually wrote Courting Fate first, but with it being part of a series, I had read from a few writers on Twitter that suggested that you write a standalone first to get people used to your voice that may not want to jump into a series from an unknown author.
Mhm.
But I also I have two cousins that had at the time 10-year-old girls, and oh, they want to read your book. They want to read your book, and I'm like, how do I tell them this is not appropriate for children? So I took like fantasy elements from Courting Fate, made my own completely different story with it, creating the Unexpected Queen, just so my cousins could have a book. And actually, two of the characters in there are named after them, so that they could have their own story to read.
Oh, that is so amazing. I love that. Oh, you are so cool. That's so great that you wrote that book, like, especially so they could read it. That's adorable.
We did a tea party for it, and everything, so they could have their own copies to read before it was published. And that was over a year ago, and they still have not read their copies. But that's kids for you. So
What can you do? Oh, but a tea party sounds like so much fun. Oh, that's really awesome. Do they live in Indiana with you?
They do. One is about 15 minutes down the road. The other is about an hour away. So that's the other reason I like to have these tea parties about once or twice a year. So these two cousins can meet up because with them living so far away too.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. I love like close-knit family and, getting to meet up, and it's always the
Mhm.
best.
Mhm.
That's great. So I understand you also published another book last year. Like, oh my goodness, you're on a roll. Book one in the courtship saga, Courting Fate. So tell me more about that.
Courting Fate is the first book in an 8 book series. Um,
Gosh, eight books.
all 8 books are written. I sat down over about 6 months and 1,255,000 words. Had an 8 book series. But fun fact, it started as a short story for my sister.
Oh, really?
Yes. It starts out on Earth with Anna, who is a bank teller, and she's on her way home late from a work meeting, and she's mugged and left for dead. Rafe finds her in the alley, saves her life, and then refuses to leave her side as she's healing. And then, of course, we discover his true, ulterior motives, and it is a portal fantasy. So the story starts on Earth, but that's not where it ends.
Love it. Ooh, all the magical elements in there.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's so crazy. So it took you 6 months to write everything?
To write all 8 books, yes. And then
Oh my
each
God.
book will go through 2 rounds of edits with my editor and then my rewrites and revisions. So I'm releasing them 6 months apart. Courting Fate came out last December. Courting Destiny comes out June 15th. And then book 3 in the saga will be out this December, and so on until all 8 are out.
Wow. Oh my goodness, you are amazing. I am so impressed by that. I could never, like, right now, I'm trying to rewrite my debut novel, and I've literally been working on it for the past 3 years. So I have no idea how you were able to do that. Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. Yes, so I understand that you also have book two coming out, like you said, on June 15th, so soon. Are you so excited?
I am. This was my first time doing pre-orders with
Okay.
besides the ebook pre-orders on Amazon. And so I had gotten some of my author copies for book one because I'm having a book release party this month.
Oh, yay.
And a few of my author copies were damaged, so I logged into the website to let the company know. And I nearly fainted when I saw that I had over 2 dozen pre-orders already for Courting Destiny.
Yay, congratulations. Oh my
Yes.
goodness, that is so excited. Oh, so tell me a little bit about your book release party.
I'm actually having it's a joint book release party with my friend Samantha Moran. She lives up in Michigan. She writes horror and grief books and urban fantasy. She kind of encompasses all genres. We met on Twitter last year, and we've become book besties ever since.
Oh, I love
And she said she wanted to drive down and support me for my party. And I'm like, if you're coming all the way down here 5 hours, bring your books. We'll set up because we've got plenty of space. I'm like, set up your books. We'll do a joint book party signing. Um, so we're gonna have all of our books on the table, books, swag, snacks, drinks. Just an open house kind of stop by and meet an author kind of thing.
Oh, that is so amazing. I love that. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm all the way here in Las Vegas, but if I was closer, I would definitely come. It sounds like it's going to be a blast.
Thank you. I've had a few of my readers like, oh no, I'm in this other state. I wish I could come, and all these crying emojis. And I'm like, I wish you could too.
Oh my gosh. I know that's the crazy and the really cool part of this day and age where you can have author friends from all over the world, and it's really cool that you can network and yeah, that you met your book bestie that way. That's so fun. I love that
That
part.
was an unexpected bonus with publishing my book. Was like I knew people would read it. I knew people would review it, whether they liked it or not. That was fine that they would review. I never expected. I've had readers from India, Australia, England reach out to me to tell me how much they enjoyed my book, how much it meant to them. And I like all the things you think of as an author, get the book published, market it, all these. I never expected, people to reach out like that. It's just, it blew me
Aw,
away.
I bet, and it's the best feeling too, right?
Absolutely.
Yay, that's wonderful. So, what are your plans for this saga? I know you said 8 books and you're just releasing them every 6 months.
Yes, yes. Like I said, each one goes through 3 rewrites total. So I'm actually today have started my third rewrite for book 3, before it goes to my editor August 1st. Each one goes through the series of rewrites, and then they go out to. I have a few alpha readers, who read basically that rough draft third rewrite to help with any plot holes, story issues, things like that. Um, then I do a little bit of revision, touch up, go to my beta readers, and then it goes to my editor. So it is a step by step process. It's not just my husband, God love him, thought, with my first book, he thought, you sit down, you write the book, you publish. It's like, no, 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 it's a whole other process.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, the editing process is probably like the longest part too. It takes the most work. And then also after that, you feel like you're all in the clear, but then marketing is a whole other thing as well.
Oh yes, yes. I market between TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and a little bit on Pinterest. I'm on several times a day marketing. I'm a full-time author now, but when I worked part-time, I would get up at 3:30 in the morning with my husband because we both went into work at 5 a.m. So I was used to going to bed at like 7 o'clock at night. Well, now that I have readers all over the world, my husband, God bless him, he'll be sound asleep next to me, and I'm under my blanket with my phone, reminding me of when I was a kid with the book under the blanket, so I can message with my readers in India or Australia who are wide awake.
Oh, that's so funny. I love that. Well, the life as a full-time author is a full-time job. So,
It truly is.
oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, so you have been so busy, like writing all these books, releasing book after book. And so it makes sense that you are writing full time. How long did it take you to be able to be a full-time writer?
Okay, my debut novel came out last October.
Mhm.
And I did have another writer actually ask this question as far as like about how much money you make as a writer. And that's kind of a double-edged question because yes, I have royalties, I have sales, I have money coming in, but basically each book pays for the next book, like for my editing and for my marketing and things like that.
Yeah.
So I don't make enough of my royalties on my own. My husband, God bless him, he's the breadwinner of the house. He knows
Mhm.
that 10 to 12 hours a day I am writing, marketing, editing, revising, designing my covers. That he knows that I'm hard at work, that that we were financially able to be at a place where I could become a full-time writer.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm making money, but I'm not, if that makes sense.
Yes, that makes sense. But it's so amazing that your husband is so supportive and encouraging your dream and knows you love doing it. And, that you can be able to write full time. Like, that makes me so happy for you. I love that.
When we started talking about at least that I was going to stay with a part-time job, back then I worked 3 days a week. I told him I needed to update my home office, and he bought me a brand new chair with an ottoman, helped me set up my desk, bought me a new upgraded printer. I mean, he is just, I am so blessed and fortunate to have such a supportive partner. And the best part is, and people do not believe me when I tell them this, he plays guitar. So I will take my chair in his lounge and I will sit there with my laptop and write while he is playing guitar in the background.
Oh my gosh, that is like couple goals. He's got the
It
background
is.
music for you. Oh, that is so cool. And then you guys are, like creating together too. That's amazing.
Yes. He actually, um, in Courting Fate, my dedication, it says, Kevin, my love and my soulmate, my moon and my stars, this is for you. Because I had to make sure that he got the credit for this because it would not exist without him.
Oh, I love that so much. Oh, thanks for sharing that. That is so sweet. So, I understand you have a growing TikTok account where you'll post all about your books and upcoming releases, and it's actually how we met. And
Yes.
I encourage everyone watching to go follow A.R.Kaufer on TikTok. But what is your favorite part about the indie author community on TikTok? And you also mentioned you have a Twitter and Instagram too. So
Yes, my Twitter has taken off unexpectedly. I have almost 10,000 followers on there, which I'm still just absolutely floored by that. And then, like you said, with TikTok, I have built it up to almost 2,200, and just interacting with other writers on there. I actually mentor a few writers who have not produced their debut novels yet. That will reach out to me with questions about, oh hey, what do I do with this cover, or can you help me with my summary, things like that. Um, and I love helping fellow authors, and then, like I said, I love having readers reach out to me. Hey, I started your book last night, and I'm already on page 212. I can't put it down. It's so good. you know.
that's the best.
I had one reader, like, I was supposed to clean my house today on my day off, and I thought I will read a chapter and then clean, and then I'll read a chapter and clean, and that'll be my reward. And instead, I've read 4 chapters. So.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Well, your books are amazing when readers can't put it down. Like oh my
Yes.
gosh, that's the best.
I have had a few readers mention, not necessarily in a bad way, but that my chapters are a little long. And I kind of wanted to explain, me as a reader growing up, I don't see the words on the page. I see like a movie playing in my head when I'm reading.
Mhm.
And so to me, if I'm reading a book that has really short chapters, I'm pulled out of it every time I get to the next chapter. So for me, I thought, if I did not realize, or I did not think, a lot of people don't see that movie in their head when they're reading.
Mhm.
And so I was really surprised when somebody mentioned to me, "Oh, I love the book, but my goodness, the chapters were long." And I was like, I did not pay attention to that as a reader. So I'm with my Courtship Saga, they will continue to have the somewhat long chapters. I am shrinking them down a little bit, but with my next book coming out, the one in October, it will have, since it's a fairy tale retelling, it will have the shorter, more acceptable chapters.
Yeah, for like more like fast-paced read. I've asked like questions on TikTok, like, oh, do you prefer short and long chapters? And I think a mix is pretty good. But
Mhm.
when I'm reading, kind of like you said, like I do not see it like a movie in my head. So that's really cool that you do see it like that. And it makes complete sense why the long chapters are way better for you when you're reading like that too.
It's great for reading, but it's terrible for writing, because when I'm trying to go back and edit, I stop seeing the words, so I don't see the typo or the grammatical error because I see it playing out. So
Yeah.
I have to literally stop and make myself pay attention to the words on the page, have my red pen, and very carefully. And so I can read a book in a day, whether it's 300 pages or 800 pages. I can read a book in one day.
Wow.
And so when it comes to my editing, I have to take it very slow and careful.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. That's funny. I love it. So, what has been your favorite part about sharing your stories with the world and becoming an indie author?
When I started writing Courting Fate, that was back in October 2021. I was about to have my 40th birthday, and I had been on Pinterest. I had been looking at these writing prompts. I'd write these little short stories, and I call her my sister, Lisa, and she's my best friend. I've known her for 6 years. But I would send her these little stories.
Mm.
And in October 2021, I was in a bad place mentally, and this was going to be my last short story and my last birthday. I had everything planned out. And I found this writing prompt, and I started outlining it the day before on October 5th. And then my birthday, October 6th, I sat down to start writing it, and I realized this is not going to be a short story. This is going to at least be a novel.
Oh.
And over the course of the 6 months of me writing this book, it also helped me on my healing journey, brought me to a better place. And I openly talk about this with my mental health struggles. And I've had readers DM me on TikTok and Twitter both that my book saved their life, that they were going through the same kind of struggles, that they were depressed or dealing in a very dark place, and how meeting these characters helped bring them out of it, and how grateful they are that my books are out in the world.
Oh my gosh. Well, Wow, thank you so much for sharing that with me, first off. Second off, like, that is amazing that, you put your pain into your art and that it was able to heal you. And like you said, like, impact so many others as well. That's amazing.
Yes, definitely was not expecting that. I know that mental illness is still somewhat of a untouchable or untalkable, taboo conversation for some people, but I wanted to be open and honest with it. Anna, the main character in Courting Fate, a lot of her struggles and things she deals with are things that I've gone through in my own life, at least the earth part. But, so I wanted her to be a very relatable character. And I've had so many people, which good and bad, tell me how much that they relate to her and how they love characters like Jude and the Cruel Prince and Aelin, from the Throne of Glass, but they to have a more down to earth, pardon the pun, realistic, not the total bad a character,
Yeah, yeah.
that they can relate to. That just drew them into the story even more, and how much that they just loved reading somebody like that.
Oh, I love that. Yes, relatable characters are 10 times better. And like, especially when like you can reach a specific audience like that and help people through your writing. That is so meaningful and so beautiful. I love that for you.
You.
You're welcome. So, what is in store for the future? Any new goals and writing related projects? I know you have one you said coming out in October. So, tell me
Yes,
more about that.
that actually just went to my editor yesterday.
Oh,
It's another kind of little funny story. Last year on Twitter, I came on a post. Somebody said, if you could combine two literary classics, what would they be? Or at least a literary classic with something else, kind of like the Pride and Prejudice with zombies, or what's something that you would do? And I wasn't really thinking about it, but again, growing up with my grandmother telling me fairy tales, and I grew up reading Poe and Bram Stoker and Shakespeare. I've been reading Stephen King since I was 8. I love gothic dark stories,
yeah.
and so I just typed in Beauty and the Beast meets Dracula. I'm like, that sounds like an interesting idea. And somebody responded to me, if you write this book, I have to read it. So I was, okay, I'll let you know. And it kind of went to the back burner because I was getting ready to publish Courting Fate.
Mhm.
Well, then October spooky season came around, and Courting Fate was with my editor, and I didn't really have anything else at that moment urgent to work on. I thought, well, I'll just kind of outline and start this book and see what happens. And in 3 weeks, I had a 65,000 word first draft.
Oh
so,
my gosh, that's amazing.
so and then again, it kind of got pushed to the side with, November, December with Courting Fate coming out. And then I did finish writing the book. It's called Kingdom of Forgotten Curses. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with a drop of Bram Stoker,
Ooh,
where the instead of the beast, it's a vampire that has to break the curse.
love.
And I've been posting about it, like you said, on TikTok.
Mhm.
And I posted for signups for ARC readers, thinking, maybe if I get like 5 or 10 here or there between now and August, to maybe have like 20, 30 ARC readers for my team, relatively unknown author. I had to shut down email submissions in a week because I had 70 people signed up.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
yay!
already having pre-orders, and because I'm doing a limited edition book box of it, I'm already having pre-orders for that. People are very excited for this book.
Oh my
So
gosh. Ooh, well, sign me up. Oh my gosh. Beauty and the Beast retellings are the best.
so this is the cover that I designed.
Oh my
But
gosh,
here's my here's
gorgeous.
my favorite part. My printer changed it, where instead of before with Ingram Spark, you just had this like plain blue underneath of it.
Mhm.
They changed it where you can put your own image. So of course, being Beauty and the Beast, I had to do roses.
Oh my goodness. That is gorgeous.
And it says "Love never tasted so sweet" on the
Oh
back.
my goodness. Autumn, I love that.
So,
I love it
and
so much. I need
my
one.
limited edition book box will come with a bookmark, and I'm doing these absolutely gorgeous page overlays. I had never done page overlays before, so I'm doing page overlays. that are included with the book.
Oh my goodness, I'm
And then
obsessed.
I made stickers, and there's gonna be rose petals and some other little surprise book swag in there.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing. I love it.
Thank you. Yes, I'm very
Oh,
excited about it.
yay. And that's coming out in October?
October, yes, yes. And the book boxes I'm planning to send out September because I would love for people to be able to open them, and if they do post a video on TikTok before the book comes out, kind of help promote it at the same time.
Oh my
So I'm very excited about that. And then because of that change, Courting Fate originally had that plain blue underneath as well.
yes.
And so when I was able to do it, it has the galaxy image, and then
Oh, I love
it
it.
explains book one of the Courtship Saga, and then on the back it says fate wouldn't be so cruel.
Oh my gosh.
So I was so happy to be able to update it from that just plain old blue cover underneath that was the only option my printer had at the time.
Yeah. Wow, your books are so beautiful. And you designed them all yourself?
I've designed every single one of these covers. Courting Destiny has a little bit more color on it.
Love it.
And with these books, they have the moon phases on the spines. And
Oh,
so as the books come out, the moon continues to grow until it goes from the crescent moon to book 8 will have a full moon on it to show the progression of the story. So
oh my goodness.
I actually commissioned an artist out of Australia for these, and I have the original painting hanging up in my office. I actually printed a little white tag underneath of it, like at the museum. It says "Courting the Stars," and then the artist name, commissioned for A.R.Kaufer. But yes, I did my own covers. I've done my own formatting. Like with Courting Fate, I absolutely love the old English
Yes,
font,
I
and
love it.
then with my Kingdom of Forgotten Curses, oh my goodness, I love the title page.
Oh, yes, beautiful.
And then of course being Beauty and the Beast, incorporating those roses, and so like the chapter and the prologue. And I actually went back and added chapter names. I don't generally do chapter titles, but I decided for this one that I wanted to do chapter titles. So gave myself a little bit more work, but I love how they turned out. So
Oh, that's amazing. I love it. Oh my goodness. Thanks for sharing. Those books are beautiful, and I
thank
will
you.
definitely need them in my home library.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
gorgeous. Yes. Yay. Oh, that's so exciting. Well, that was pretty much all the questions I had for you today. Do you have any closing words that you'd like to share with our audience?
I did want to share that this was April's Publishers Weekly, and Courting Fate did manage to make it in there. I'm not going to read the whole review. It is online, but they gave my cover a B plus, and they gave my editing and the copy overall an A minus score. So Publishers Weekly. So I was very, very humbled and happy and
Oh,
excited to get that.
yes. Congratulations. That's so amazing. You'll have to send me the link and I will include it in the
I
description so
will.
that
I
everybody
will.
can check it
Thank you.
out.
But for somebody who grew up, I was told by my parents growing up that nobody was going to read my writing, that I was wasting my time. My father sent me to college to be a lawyer. Actually, I majored in political science. But I decided, as you see, to pursue my own path, and I'm so grateful I did. Don't listen to the naysayers or the haters. If it's your dream, if it's your goal, then follow it and pursue it. You never know what's going to happen. I knew, because I was self-publishing, I knew it would be published, that it wasn't like waiting on a traditional publisher, but I never expected the outpour of love and support from all around the world that I have received for these books.
That is so amazing. I'm so proud of you for pushing through and being dedicated to your dream despite what anybody is saying. It's amazing the stories that you're putting into the world, and I'm
Thank
just so happy for you and your upcoming release. I'm so excited.
you. I put all my dogs up for her because she broke her leg, and so I'm keeping her near me where I can keep an eye on her little pink cat. My poor
Oh,
baby. It's okay. Go back to sleep, baby. It's okay.
Oh, so cute. I
She
love
gets a little restless sometimes.
I love it. Well, for all of our viewers, don't forget to check out the video description to learn where you can buy A.R.Kaufer's books and how you can follow her author journey, and stay tuned with her upcoming releases. Thank you so much for your time, Autumn. I love speaking with you, and I can't wait for your release on June 15th.
Thank you for having me. And that was the other thing. I never expected to see my books on Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, Waterstones in the UK, just all around the world on these major book websites.
Oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Yay!
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you so much.
that's awesome. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, bye.